God, I hate retakes. All right, something went wrong with the audio on my last attempt to do chapter 4, so that's fine. I didn't get too far. And it came to pass that I spake unto my brethren, saying, Let us go up unto Jerusalem, and let us be faithful in keeping the commandments of the Lord. For behold, he is mightier than all the earth. Then why not mightier than Laban and his 50, yea, even than his tens of thousands? Obviously, we're exaggerating a little right now, right? Therefore, let us go up. Let us be strong like unto Moses, from whom much of this plot line has been lifted. For he truly spake unto the waters of the Red Sea, which we know was a mistranslation in the King James. It's really the Sea of Reeds, but they only had the King James, the prophet JS. And they divided hither and thither, and our fathers came through out of captivity onto dry ground, and the armies of Pharaoh did follow, and were drowned in the waters of the Red Sea. Well, I guess my take on that is don't be a follower, don't be a damn lemming. But of course that's not what they mean here. Now behold, ye know that this is true, and yea, also know that an angel hath spoken unto you. Wherefore can ye doubt? Let us go up. The Lord is able to deliver us, even as our fathers, and destroy Laban, even as the Egyptians. And this Laban must be a badass. He's being compared to all of the Egyptians. All of them. Or at least to Pharaoh. Damn. He's got 50 whole guys. That's what they said in the last chapter. Last thrilling chapter. They just told us that an angel appeared. Why is he repeating this? They're writing on gold, damn it. Sorry, I'm going to keep harping on that, this whole thing. So, get used to it. Now, when I had spoken these words, they were yet wroth, and yet still continue to murmur. Nevertheless, they did follow me up until we came without the walls of Jerusalem. So here they are again. Third time's a charm. I'm wondering, pretending, giving this some credit, pretending it was actually a real story, not a modern myth. If Nephi is a prophet and Lehi is a prophet, I would have told him, hey, Nephi, your brothers are back up. Go on in there. You're going to find a dude drunk on the date in time, and there won't be any need for any side trips. And by the way, get my damn gold on the way back. But I guess it doesn't work like that in real life. Welcome to reality, folks. And it was by night, and I caused that they should hide without the walls. And after they had hid themselves, I, Nephi, he keeps identifying himself. Nephi, we get it. You wrote it. You told us you wrote it. And then you told us again that you wrote it. And then you told us that it's I is Nephi. God damn. I, Nephi, crept into the city and went forth towards the house of Laban. All right, here's another question. The big G's real. He does miracles. These guys are prophets. Why creep? Cloak of invisibility, Jedi tricks, teleportation. A bolt of fucking lightning could have struck that house and they could have dug the damn things out of the rubble. Matter of fact, brass is a nice conductor. Pretty damn lame. And I was led by the Spirit, not knowing beforehand the things which I should do. Nevertheless, I went forth, and as I came near unto the house of Laban, I beheld a man, and he had fallen to the earth before me, for he was drunken with wine. All right, that's fine. Probably written after the fact, but otherwise I would have said, how do you know he's drunk? He could have had a stroke. He could be dead. How do you know whatever. I'm taking this book too seriously here. And when I came to him, I found that it was Laban. So he knew he's drunk before he knew it was Laban. He could have been some drunk sleeping on Laban's lawn. And where was his 50 men? And he didn't have a bodyguard. He didn't have a designated driver. Nothing. Come on. And nobody got worried. Hey, did he do this all the time? And I beheld his sword, and I drew it forth from the sheath thereof, and the hilt thereof was of pure gold, and the workmanship thereof was exceedingly fine. And I saw that the blade thereof was of the most precious steel. So Nephi stole it. It's about time. And it came to pass that I was constrained by the Spirit, that I should kill Laban. But I said in my heart, never at any time have I shed the blood of man. And I shrunk, sorry, and I shrunk, and would that I would not slay him. And the Spirit said unto me, again, that little voice in his head, it gets louder and louder all the time. Behold, the Lord hath delivered him into thy hands, yea. And I also knew that he had sought to take away mine own life. Yea, and he would not hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, therefore taking your word for it, unless he got a little visitation himself. And he also had taken away our property. Damn, that's refreshing. And it came to pass that the Spirit said unto me again, slay him, for the Lord hath delivered him into thy hands. You just said that. Son of a bitch. Dramatic emphasis, I guess. Instead of economy, Mr. Abridgment guy. Behold, the Lord slayeth the wicked, and bring forth his righteous purposes. It is better that one man should perish than that a nation should dwindle and perish in unbelief. Sounds like the code of the Inquisition there. And now, when I, Nephi, had heard these words, I remembered the words of the Lord, which he spake unto me in the wilderness, saying that inasmuch, one word, as thy seed shall keep my commandments, commandments, they shall prosper in the land of promise. Little foreshadowing there. Yea, and I also thought that he could not keep that they could not keep the commandments of the Lord according to the law of Moses, save they should have the law. And I also knew that the law was engraven upon the plates of brass. And again I knew that the Lord had delivered Laban into my hands for this cause, that I might attain the records according to his commandments. I get this visual of Nephi with the guy's sword going, listening to the little voices in his head that are getting louder and louder. Crazy is as crazy does. Therefore I did obey the voice of the Spirit and took Laban by the hair of his head, and I smote off his head with his own sword. All right, now what's wrong with that? That little sentence there. High school newspaper editor would just be all over that. Here's a better way to do it. I grabbed him by the hair of the head. No, wait, I grabbed him by the hair and I cut off his head. I grabbed him by the hair and I cut off his head. Jesus Christ. Therefore I did obey the voice of the Spirit and took Laban by the hair of his head, and I smote off his head with his own sword. And after I had smitten off his head with his own sword, I took the garments of Laban, put them upon mine own body. Yea, even every whit, and I did gird on his armor about my loins. I guess it doesn't say anything about him cleaning off the arterial spray. And Joseph Smith was a farm boy. I was a farm boy. I know that doesn't make no fucking sense. I've seen some ugly shit working on a farm, I'll tell you. And that's not how it is. Just put... Those clothes would be washed in the blood of Laban. Laban. And after I had done this, I went forth unto the treasury of Laban, and as I went forth towards the treasury of Laban, behold, I saw the servant of Laban. And they're not going to name him for a while for dramatic effect. They got to delay that. Who had the keys of the treasury? And I commanded him in the voice of Laban that he should go forth with me unto the treasury. So see, he can do some Jedi tricks. And he supposed me to be his master Laban. For he beheld the garments that apparently aren't drenched in blood, and also the sword girded about my loins. And he spake unto me concerning the elders of the Jews, he knowing that his master Laban, by now we know it's who his master is, you don't have to keep wasting words, had been out by night among them, carousing apparently, those crazy rabbi guys. And I spake unto him as if it had been Laban. And I also spake unto him that I should carry the engravings which were upon the plates of brass. By now you could just say the plates and we'd get that. To my elder brothers. No, elder brethren, excuse me. Who were without the walls. You know, we know where they're at already. Say to his elder brothers, come on. Damn. And I also bade him that he should follow me. Be my mule. And he, supposing that I spake of the brethren of the church, did they really call it a church back then? I mean, this is, what, 600 BC? Just wondering. And that I was truly that Laban whom I had slain, wherefore he did follow me. This is fucking awesome writing. Damn. And he spake unto me many times concerning the elders of the Jews, as we went forth unto my brethren who were without the walls. Thank you for clearing that whole picture up for us, you know, because we forget stuff within seconds. God damn. Oh, that's nice. And it came to pass that when Laman saw me, that's Laman, not Laban. Laban's the dead guy with his head cut off, and he's like laying naked, I guess, outside his house. Or maybe Nephi hit him, but he didn't say anything about that. You know, if I had written this and I was wasting words like he was, I would have said, yeah, and I hit him behind the hedge or some shit like that. Laman saw me, went on a tangent there, and was exceeding frightened. Those shades of Peter in a damn boat going, it's a ghost walking on the waters. And it came to pass that, I'm repeating, sorry. Laman saw me, and he was exceeding frightened, and also Lemuel and Sam, and they fled from before my presence. For they supposed that it was Laban, the dead guy, and that he had slain me, and had sought to take away their lives also. And it came to pass that I called after them, and they did hear me. Wherefore they did cease to flee from my presence. And it came to pass that when the servant of Laban, still not naming him yet, beheld my brethren, he began to tremble and was about to flee from before me and return to the city of Jerusalem. And now I, Nephi, being a man large in stature, now finally this makes sense. He didn't need to say it way back in chapter 1 or 2, I forgot now. And also having received much strength of the Lord, therefore I did seize upon the servant of Laban, to be named later, and I held him that he should not flee. And it came to pass that I spake with him, that he would hearken unto my words, as the Lord liveth, and as I live, even so that he would hearken unto my words. and we would spare his life. And I spake unto him, even with an oath, that he need not fear, that he should be a free man like unto us, if he would go down in the wilderness with us. Well, he may as well. He just helped them steal some shit, and the master's dead. And I also spake unto him, saying, surely the Lord hath commanded us to do this thing. And shall we not be diligent in keeping the commandments of the Lord? Therefore, if thou wilt go down into the wilderness to my father, thou shalt have a place with us. I think I'm getting a buzz. And it came to pass, drum roll, that Zoram did take courage at the words which I spake. Who are you? Who's this I guy? I don't know who's talking. Now Zoram was the name of the servant. God, I was like totally tied up in knots of suspense. Because it's really fucking important news. And he promised that he would go down into the wilderness unto our father, yea, and he also made an oath unto us that he would tarry with us from that time forth. Now we were desirous that he should tarry with us for this cause, that the Jews might not know concerning our flight into the wilderness, lest they should pursue us and destroy us. Like they're not going to go looking in the wilderness for somebody who just ran off after murdering and robbing a guy. You know, it's like when I was 8 years old, I used to write little stories. This reminds me of one of those, you know, where there's like logical errors and shit, but it was cute. This ain't cute. Not anymore. This is some fucked up shit. Oh. And it came to pass that when Zoram, because it's really important to start using his name at every conceivable opportunity, you know, you could have said he and I would have got it. When Zoram had made an oath unto us, our fears did cease concerning him. One more for the road. To be finished later. And it came to pass that we took the plates of brass and the servant of Laban, whose name is Zoram, come on, and departed into the wilderness and journeyed into the tent of our father. Dramatic music, credits. That's it. Pretty fucking amazing, isn't it? I'm totally impressed.